So I honestly thought I wasn't going to have anything for Grinds My Gears this week. I've been busy. I was just on my road trip. There just wasn't enough for me to actually go, oh, this is driving me nuts. What the hell is this? And I honestly actually thought about not even doing one this Friday. And then I just hapstance kind of I was like, you know what? I'm going to pop out online. I'm going to see what sort of news is out there for bikes, see if there's anything just dumb going on, and something that might light that little flame and turn it into a giant bonfire. And I plugged around on a few sites, and then just as a last ditch effort, went over to Harley.com, and just a beacon, a shining light coming through, it just hit me. Harley has just put out, or they're about to put out, the newest addition to their Icon series, the Harley Lowrider Diablo. And oh man, I can't wait to talk about this thing. This is Bikes, Beards, and Brews. Let's kick that intro. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Before we kick this one off, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell notification. New videos on Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays. Well, at least until there's something that's not grinding my gears, and then, maybe there won't be a Friday video. But until then, we roll on. So let's go ahead and get the other stuff out of the way. Want to save 15% on a Cardo communicator? Go ahead and check my referral code down below. Want to support me and all my do-gooders stuff that I do here and there, because I do. Check my Ko-fi page down below. I'm actually going to start posting videos to that are exclusive to my Ko-fi patrons in September. Want to know why I'm asking you for money? That link is also down below. Again, going to a good cause. So let's just get right into this. So there I was today, and I was trying to find a thing to just be oh, this is enough to grind my gears, and let's make a video about it. And I didn't even start on the Harley page because I didn't want to just go default Harley every single time. Originally, I was actually thinking about complaining about Harley and Indian. I was trying to figure out how to mash it up together because of the whole Sturgis thing. To me, Sturgis, part of it is you go there to debut your newest, biggest, best, baddest, whatever. And in the past, both companies have done that. They have released or, showed their new bikes at Sturgis. I'm pretty sure that's where the Challenger debuted and, stuff like that. It was that's kind of where they just kind of just go big dick swinging, and that's awesome. This year, Indian was look, we have a tour pack. And then Harley's we'll one up ya. Look, paint. What are you guys doing? It was just sad. So, but anyway, I digress. Let's move on. So I popped over to the Harley site, and there it was, right on the front of the page, right up front, the Harley Lowrider El Diablo. And I figured I should jump on this before all those stupid little Harley simps that you're probably going to be watching for the next month or two get all of their little man juices all over the thing trying to tell you how great it is. Yeah, you know who they are because they never say a bad thing about Harley, and they're just oh, Harley put out something else new? Yeah, that's what they do. So anyway, for those of you not familiar, and you probably aren't because really nobody seems to be talking about it just yet, I'm ahead of the curve. The Harley Lowrider El Diablo is literally the Lowrider ST with a new paint job put out under the Icon series and a numbered serial plate. Bam. Done. That's it. So they went ahead, they painted it red. They decided to make it look a little dangerous by putting horns in the tail on the Harley logo. It's a throwback to the old 70s Diablo, whatever. I don't care. Harley, start looking forward and stop looking back all the time. It's just annoying. But nonetheless, I looked at the bike and I'm like, okay, so what did you do to really make this bike special? What did you do to like separate it from the Lowrider ST? And the thing that they did to really separate it from the ST was go ahead and jack the price up exponentially. So the Lowrider ST is $22,000, you know, off the floor. I think a gunship gray, if you try and get it in another color, it might go up, but 22 grand if you're like taking it off the floor, the way it is, whatever. Then, if you put the little sound bar into it, it's another $1,000. You know, the Rockford Fosgate, oh, this is customized and just for the fairing. So the thing that nobody's using because it sounds like shit, so they're going out and getting a Plex audio anyway. Yeah, that thing, extra $1,000. So the Lowrider El Diablo is exactly the same damn bike, except it is $28,000 and they painted it and they include the soundbar. At least in the way that the promo is written up, it says that they've included the soundbar. It's also Harley. This may be a bait and switch. And it's also serialized. So I tried to see how many of these were actually going into production. I couldn't find a number. Knowing Harley, it's probably around 5 or 10,000. So good for you. If you buy one of these, you can actually see what order in the chain of Harley simps you fall into as to how quick you went over there and signed your life away to get this bike with a new paint job. Good job. So what else has changed on it? Nothing. You look at the back of the bike, still has the two lopsided bags, which it look absolutely stupid. Harley, what are you doing? It looks like you wanted a Brazilian butt lift, but you could only afford half of it. So you went to take care of one side, and next year when you get your tax returns, you'll go take care of the other side. I don't even get why you do this. I understand that one side is a little bit shorter because you have the two like exhausts going out the side. But let me let you in on a secret here. Nobody likes that exhaust. Nobody likes Harley exhaust at all. Nobody's keeping that piece of shit exhaust that you have on the bike. So stop designing around a piece of shit exhaust that no one is going to keep. They're either going 2-in-1 or they're going, 2-in-2, but it's going to be a lot lower profile where they could have that longer bag and, nice evenness. Congratulations on pissing off everyone that's like buys a Harley that has OCD. It just looks stupid. And like, why design around your exhaust? Nobody likes it. Nobody has ever started up a Harley and been like, yeah, listen to that purr. Like the stock Harley exhaust is the equivalent of like getting a hooker and getting a sad hand job. In one way, you're sitting there going, well, at least it's a hand job. But is it really? Is it? That's the exhaust. You're listening to that, you're like, well, it is a Harley exhaust, but is it? No. And yeah, try to talk your way out of that, you stupid Harley simps. It sounds like shit. You know it, I know it. Knock it off. So, but there is nothing else. So they did paint it. I mean, and honestly, I'm going to say straight out, the paint looks awesome. It does. But really, you're paying about $5,000 for that paint job. Quite honestly, you could go to a custom shop and get your own custom paint job for like $5,000, give or take, depending on the level of design and the artist that you have gone to. And you know what the difference between that and this El Diablo would be? Your bike would actually be custom. You wouldn't be buying the CVO custom vehicles organization where it's not custom because it's coming off a production line, you dicks. And the same with this Icon thing. You're not being a breakout, you're not being original, you're not being different because you know what? Again, look at your serial number. You can find out which simp you are in the food chain. There's going to be at least 5 to 10,000 other of you simps running around with the same bike. You might be a little special because some people will probably lock it away thinking that is now their 401k and they might be able to sell it in 20 years. You're not. It's a photocopy of something that, they brought back from back in the day. It's like reprinting Superman #1. Yeah, you've got Superman #1, but it's a reprint. It's worth shit. This Icon series, 20 years, gonna be worth shit. Just get over it. It just blows my mind that Harley does this instead of trying to actually come up with something innovative and interesting and just, and I mean, like, even the paint job that they put out with, like, over at Sturgis, I've already erased the name from my memory because it was just dumb. But it's supposed to be a throwback to, like, you know, the old flat tracker days and racing days and whatever else in the 70s. So not even the flat tracker days, but like they're like back in the 70s, they're racing bikes and all that stuff. It's like, why? Do something interesting. Go lean forward. Stop sitting there and like scraping like from like history. I understand like giving nods to history, and that's okay. But when you're sitting there trying to jack up the price of your bike because you're like, look, we painted this to look like a bike from like 50 years ago. You're a dumbass. It's so dumb. And the people like getting super excited and running to the shop and like, you know, signing away their lives and paying like the extra money to get a bike just because it has a paint job from something in the 70s, you're dumb. Just stop it. Take that money and go customize the bike you probably already had or the bike that you traded in to get this one. Like, you're absolutely ridiculous. This El Diablo bike is absolutely ridiculous. Again, Nothing changed. They're like, we painted it and we put a number on it. That is, and we put the stupid sound bar that nobody wanted on there. Yeah, that's great. Great job. And it's $1,000 less. Like, if you bought this bike, it is $1,000 cheaper than a full ST bagger. So if you want to go out and get the Street Glide ST or the Road Glide ST, like, this bike is $1,000 less than that. So you are giving up, like, you know, all the stuff that you get in the touring package, but you're paying more. Like, the money for this thing doesn't even make sense. Like, every part of this bike is just dumb. Nice paint job, won't take it away from you, but like, literally, it is just dumb. Like, Harley, what are you doing? Like, try it. Just try to be creative and innovative and actually complete your thought. Like, don't do like the Nightster where, like, you know, one side looks kind of cool and okay and the other side looks like it's like when you know, set up your entertainment center and, like, you know, your living room or something. You've got all the nice stuff up front, and then when you look behind it, all the shitty wires and everything is just hanging down and it looks like crap. That's like your new Nightster and stuff. Like, you look at this side, the engine looks cool, it's clean and it's neat and all that. Then you go to the other side of the bike, the side that you never show, and it just looks like that's where you stuffed all the shit that just you're hoping nobody looks at. Like, put out a complete bike that looks cool, runs great, sounds great, is even on both sides, not the sad Brazilian butt lift, that sounds cool, not a sad hand job. And, like, we will spend money on that. Stop relying on all the stupid ass simps that make stupid ass videos trying to polish the freaking turds you guys keep putting out year after year. Seriously, Harley, like, your Lowrider, El Diablo, and everything else you've been doing lately, it just absolutely grinds my gears. You're on notice. Knock it off. Seriously, like, talking about Harley is like opening a Pandora's box. Even if I pick like a subject, it starts leading down these other paths. It's like it just keeps going and going in different directions. It's so disappointing. And I do look forward to like watching all the videos where, and you know who these guys are because there's a ton of them out there. No matter what Harley does, they get the buffer out and they polish that turd and they polish it as hard as they can. And it is insane. I remember when like the 2020 Road Glide came out and like they got rid of the open close air dams, they got rid of the second key fob, they got rid of some of the painted pieces, they got rid of the heel shifter, and they increased the price. And there was a simp out there who was like, oh, well, you know, nobody uses the heel shifter anyway, so that's okay. Nobody uses the second key fob anyway. You just put it in a drawer somewhere and you don't use it, so that's okay. Nobody opens and closes the air dams, so that's okay. And it's like, well, Dick, I live in New England, so yes, we use the open and close air dams. I use my heel shifter. I like having the second key fob because if I ever lose the first one, it's nice to have a spare. And I realized I could buy another one, but why when you were giving me two for free to begin with? And, you know, I kind of like having as many painted pieces as possible because it looks a little bit more like a premium finish that Harley keeps like saying they have their premium fit and finish, it looks more premium than raw plastic, you dickholes. So yeah, like, good job polishing the peanuts on that turd to make it shine, you know, really sensitive on the corn. You didn't want to bruise it, but you're an idiot. And there's plenty more that are just like you that do the exact same thing, and they're idiots. They're so dumb. They're so dumb. Look at me. If you're watching this and you're one of those simps, you're dumb. You're so dumb. Anyway, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell notification, share this video with friends, share it with family, share it with that one Harley simp you know who's gonna be like, "This is the best bike ever, oh my god, Harley just speaks to me, they know exactly what I want." He loves this stuff, trust me. And I'll see you all on the flip side.